Typically we look at monogamy or polygamy in a sense of religious, like like Mormons can be polygamous and or like African Muslim. I don't know if Muslims. Yeah, they had harems and shit. I mean, that's an Islamic culture. You wouldn't say that it was a religiously inspired existence to have a harem and silk and linen and valuable things, whatever. Like that's I mean, that's not like is. I mean, you could be like, oh yes, this is Islamic, but it's separate from religion. Like it's a textile or it's a pattern, a design. You know what I mean? So, but what about celebrities? We always take it as a given. Always take it as a given that celebrities equals monogamy. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're human beings, and it doesn't always work out. I'm just saying, we always respond, and there's a little bit of a danger in that, regardless of whether or not you like one or the other, or you think this is right and that's wrong. We're just taking it as a given that uh, it's a shame and scandal when, like, recently G Herbo, okay, and we have to still ask ourselves, is this our culture? Even if we like monogamy, you know what I mean? Like, it might be hard on some women if everybody is like, yo, why is your man like sowing his oats? Why is he having babies with all these different women? You know what I mean? Like, why is this? Like, I still don't know. He before he was a celebrity, he was a black. Before, I mean, whether or not you think that that means that black people can't be faithful, is he first you have to ask, is he believe in monogamy or if he believes in polygamy? So I would probably guess, my best guess is that G Herbo's wife is a monogamist. That would be my best guess. But see, that's how we allow people to play with our head. You allow people to play with your mind because whatever works is the truth. Whatever's working for you is the truth. And that's why you can't act like someone you're not, because people will treat you like what you present yourself as. So if you present yourself as the main, is like, if you're a concubine, what I mean, you're not going to want to treat yourself as the main one because you want to remain you want to stay a concubine, ideally. There's also the thing about extremism and the body politic, because there's a possibility that extremism might be your body politic, and that just, it doesn't mean that you are an extremist. If I just assume that you're an extremist now because you occupy and maintain or live within the body politic, then I'm crazy now. See how that works? It's fair. You know what I mean? But I don't get to know that my shit is out of control. You know what I mean? I I don't get to know that my shit is out of control. It's just like Rachel Maddow. A little bird told her that people who have the vaccine, they can still get sick, but they can arrest and detain the virus, and then, like, even though they're still showing symptoms, that they won't give it to someone else. And so we can detain this virus if we just push the vaccine through. She's actually said just push it through. Just push through with messenger RNA. So because you're a fucking retard, right? Does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that mean that shit? Like, even if everybody got down with that shit and pushed hard to make sure that everybody was fat, you don't think you're gonna miss one or two? You don't think you're gonna miss a couple? Even if you said, well, then we'll just kill them, you don't think you're gonna miss a couple? Even saying like, oh, we'll just kill you then since you're so smart. Yeah, then just kill me because I think, because you know what I'm saying? Because I feel this way, because I feel some kind of way. It's not how I feel, it's just how I process. It's not how I feel. I'm just looking at, just checking shit out. I'm not gonna make on these arguments on behalf of whether or not the shit is good or bad anymore. Where's your dick? You know what I mean? Like that is the only thing. I'm not gonna take spiritual health and spiritual advice from a manlet. You know what I mean? There, women, you don't have the problem of anybody ever asking you, yo, where's your dick? Yo, why didn't you have, yo, what's up with, like, you know what I mean? Where's your dick and balls? Don't you have a cocks? They're not gonna ask you that. So it's like you, if you need to wear a mask and shit, if I mean, you know, ain't nobody supposed to bother you. You know what I mean? Even if you're in your car and shit, because it's it's the man's responsibility to have a dick. Even if they don't, even if nobody's telling me that my dick is 10.2, it doesn't matter. I don't think that humanity's going to wake up and become conscious and something. You know what I mean? I still think nobody makes it out. I still think you can have a basis for a conscious community, but the whole point is that there has to be dead. You know what I'm saying? If you're conscious people, then that means that there's walking dead, basically. Otherwise, you don't need to be a conscious community if you're not living amongst the walking deads, right? Who's the walking dead? Who is that? It's somebody who is like lazy and they want to live in a convenience-based, rationalistic, cool world. So long, you know, like it's like an out of sight, out of mind thing. There's something about Casey Peterson or something. It's like that thing about Stacy Peterson or some shit. That shit is, those motherfuckers are everywhere. Those motherfuckers just are everywhere. You can't warn them because they're complicit and you know what I mean. You can't give them a heads up and saying, you know, like the soul's not rocking that way. The soul's rolling this way. The soul's rolling through this way. And I warned you, I can't even stop the soul. I can't stop the soul from the soul doesn't even have to stay here. We know that it's here. We know that it could leave. How many times did we enter a dark ages and you could say that God forsake us? How many times through here? I think that he only comes by and check on us every now and then, and most of the time he's gone.